Hello to everybody. This is Phil Beck with the Professional Painter and Decorator. We're doing something a bit different today. You know, I like to do some trade shows. I'm over at Birmingham at the NEC and I'm here for the Homebuilding and Renovation Show. I've got here early, it starts about 10 o'clock and I just thought I'd have a walk around, see what's actually at the show, what might be of interest to a painter and decorator, and also what might be interest to the general public that want to know a little bit about the show. Now, I'm under no illusions, I should think it's all very sustainable, heat pumps, solar panels, and building blocks and things like that. But I'll just have a walk around, see what there is, and if there's something of interest, I will film it and talk to the people that are actually there. So it's coming up to about 9:45, and I'm about to go in. It starts at 10 o'clock, so I'll be one of the first in there. I'll catch you when I'm inside. Right, I'm just having a quick sweep and walk around of the NEC, the Home Building and Renovating Show, and I've just come across something that I quite fancy in my own garden. Now, these are little pods, you can probably just see me. I'm going to talk to Aston, did you say?
It, yeah, Aston.
Aston is going to tell me all about it because I'm quite interested. So if I whip the camera around, I'll let him tell us all about it. 1, 2, 3. So over to you, big man. Right, tell us all about it.
With Ornate Garden, we sell many different garden pods, different functions, interiors, etc. This is the smallest one that we do. It's called the rotating seater, and it's called that because it rotates. So you can turn it into the sun, out the wind and rain, into the breeze. It does come with a front door. It's a marine grade canvas canopy, slides in this track, press studs down the outside, and then a zip in the middle to let yourself in and out. You can take that off, leave it off if you want to. Some people don't like it, that's fine. Everything inside by the plush cushions are weatherproof. So the seating is made of marine grade vinyl, same stuff you'll find on a yacht. So it's all weatherproof, and the rest is plastic, stainless steels and timber. So nothing's going to hurt it if you left the front cover off. It comes with lighting in this one. It's a rechargeable bulb, so all you'll do is take that into the house, normal screw fitting, flip the switch and it'll charge it for you. There's no power in this one, just because they're rotational. But we do other big ones that do have power in, so you get things like heaters, Bluetooth sound system, plug sockets, lighting, mood lighting. You'll also get things like sliding polycarbonate doors, French doors, sliding windows, like I can show you on this one. So there's all different structures, different functions for some of them. Some of them are made to be office spaces, dining rooms. We've got one that's set up to be a bar. We have 14 different models.
And they're good to having a bit of a kip in as well.
Yeah, we can do bed modes. So especially in this one, over to the seater again, you can have it. It's an upgrade, but you can have it so the table lowers and you get a full 6-foot day bed in the whole thing. So I can show you an image of for the viewers.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
So go into something like that.
Oh, proper lounges.
Proper lounge.
Yeah. I take it with your price. That's fully assembled.
Yeah.
What do you have to do as preparatory groundwork? Do you have to just make sure you've got a level base?
Yes. So the price includes delivery and installation anywhere in the UK. We do ship outside, obviously, there's export charges, etc., etc.
I've not quite moved to Monaco yet with my earnings off YouTube.
Maybe in a couple of years.
Yeah.
In terms of the base, we just need some form of hard standing. That can be concrete, slabs, patio, or decking. If you're going to go decking, try and go composite. But if you've already got a wooden decking, it's fine.
Yeah.
If you go with one with power, you're going to need an electrician to wire it up.
Yeah.
We supply all the internals. It's just a case of what type of cable you're going to run from the house into the back of it. It's down to the electrician's discretion.
Without putting you on the spot, roughly what are we starting prices and what could you go up to? Ballpark figures. I know you've got some show offers today, which won't be all year round, but what we're looking at? Are we looking at a couple of grand?
Retail, this one starts at just shy of 10 grand.
Yeah.
And we go all the way up to 30.
Yeah. So
That's for a really big
yeah,
one.
you sky's the limit if you want to add to it.
Yeah, exactly.
But this one on offer today, you are looking.
8799.
I think we can see that. I think that's quite reasonable for what you actually get today, and that is
That's
assembled.
everything.
That is everything you see.
Yeah, assembled, delivered, scatter cushions, choicy colours on the seating, rechargeable bulb, front door canopy, and a song and a dance to go with it.
I quite like that, so I'm going to have a word with Mrs. B and see what we can do, because that is something that I can see in our garden. So thank you very much, Aston, for talking to me about that.
No problem.
We're still quiet. We've only just gone past 10 o'clock this morning, so it's nice to get around some of these trade stands before they get too busy. I think this is going to be a hot topic of conversation for people today, so thank you very much.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Right, I'm on the OB. Are we doing the OB1 or the OB21 or the OB41? We're over. I'll just scan back there. You get the idea of what we're doing today. I'm over with Alan. I've spoke to Greg before when I've been at the Screwfix Live back at September. Back in September last year. Now we're at the Homebuilding and Renovating Show at the NEC, and Alan's going to do us a demo of the things I didn't get to see when Greg was talking to me last year. So I'm going to do a swivel round, 1, 2, 3.
So there'll be quite a lot to show.
I've only got a memory card that will last 2 hours, so keep it.
Oh, wow. Hi,
Right,
guys.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Alan.
Nice to meet you.
Right, what have we got?
What we have here is OB1 original sealant and adhesive, a hybrid polymer. So it's a sealant and an adhesive, all in one tube for all the jobs, around the house, outside, indoors and outside. You can use it on a variety of substrates, so lead, felt, wood, MDF, tile, PVC. This product works underwater, indoors and outdoors from temperatures of -40 to 120 degrees. But let me show you about the product. So as we spoke about earlier, it's a sealant and an adhesive. Does 2 jobs in one. We're under the water line there, as you can see. What we'll do is we'll apply the product onto the brick. As you can see, it sticks very well underwater straight away. Turn the gun off. We will take the other brick and we'll place it on top. There you go. We'll give it a 2-minute push, 2-second push, and up it comes. Now, the best way for you to test the strength of that, which you can't do because you're holding the camera, is to try and pull those apart. Oh, that's 10 seconds. So you've got around 20 minutes playtime with the product. You can use it above head height. It won't sag or drop. That's the adhesive side of the product. We can also use it in the guttering here to demonstrate the drill holes we've already made and how good this works fixing leaky gutters. Obviously, what you've got in the UK is a lot of differentiation within the temperatures in winter and summer. So in the winter, things expand, in the summer, they shrink. The beauty of this product is it will move with the weather and the temperatures. So what we'll do there is fill that up with water straight away, and you should be able to see that that is sealed already. It works underwater. Temperatures are -40 to 120 degrees. So you can imagine, I didn't fill that one. You can imagine the money saving side for leisure centres, swimming pools. They're not emptying the pool out anymore. They're not emptying everybody out the swimming pool. They're fixing a problem on a tile while people are swimming.
And I take it as a decorator, and still decorators are doing cast gutters. If you've got gutters that have got a leaky joint that you think, what am I going to do with that?
Absolutely.
There's a lot that would go straight for silicone that doesn't work.
No, it doesn't
This is the
work.
product that you need for sealing.
The beauty of this product
gutters as
is
well.
you can use it with felt and lead.
Yeah.
Which on a normal silicone, you wouldn't be able to do that. There'll be a chemical reaction. So we find that a lot of roofers are using it, shipyards, construction, camper van conversions, horse box conversions. You can use that across 10 different substrates, including, we talked about earlier, PVC, felt, lead, wood, marble. You can use it. There's the product when it's cured. So you can see how flexible that is. You can't tear it, you can't rip it. It's very strong. So that's where the movement is in the temperatures in the summer and the winter.
And how many different colours is it available
10
in?
10 different colours, and they're all laid out here. And when I joined here 2.5 years ago, we had 8 colours. We've now got OB21, which is a silicone, bathroom and building silicons. We've also got OB41 aerosols. So we're turning ourselves into a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
And we've got everything you need. But that's a fantastic product with around 20 minutes working time before it starts to go off. It's also paintable. So water-based paints, 24 hours. Oil-based paints need 72 hours. There's something in the paint that locks it in. So if you do paint over it too early, it will stay soft forever.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much for that, Alan.
Absolute pleasure.
I'm just going to do a drone flyby of everything else you've got, but very interesting and nice to talk to you before it gets too busy.
Nice one. Thank you.
Right, I'm walking around and I've come across the K-Render stand now. A lot of painters and decorators will know about K-Render because 9 times out of 10 they don't know how to paint K-Render, albeit that K-Render shouldn't be painted. But I'm over with Scott. He's going to actually tell us about what K-Render is and the maintenance that you would need to do to it or not need to do to it. So I'll just leave you to Scott. He's probably a bit nervous on camera. He's never done this before. I've told him, don't worry about it. Nobody's going to buy it. And I think he'll be fine. So let's swivel the camera around and away we go.
Hello there.
Hi, Scott. Don't worry. Just tell us about your product. We keep it short and sweet, and within 5 minutes, it'll be done and dusted. So over to you.
So thanks for coming over to see us. One of the big selling points of the products is that it's through coloured. So what we're trying to get away from is traditional sand cement render. You've got to paint it, and every 5 years, you've got to give it another coat of paint for it to look any good. Like we were discussing earlier, the render's only going to be as good as a person who's put it on and the detailing that you've got. So you want 50mm overhang on trees at least, 40mm clearance on your windowsills with a drip. So yeah, as I say, the big selling point is it's through coloured, 30-year product guarantee. What I'd always recommend is go for a product that's got silicone in it. So the water beads off it a little bit like a wax scar. Because one of the horrors that you see quite often is when the render gets damp, if it holds onto the moisture, any organic matter that you get on there, algae can thrive. We've all seen those, horror examples. So if you get one with silicone in it, the water will bead off it, and it doesn't hang damp, and you can avoid getting algae on there.
I'll just interject like you do. Can anybody do this, or do you need to be a registered K-renderer? Or is it, once if you know how to do rendering, this is just your next step up to it, and there's a process to follow, a bit like painting and decorating, prime, undercoat and gloss.
Yeah.
There's a stage to it. Is this the same sort of thing for the plasterer?
So what I'd say
renderer, shall I
just
say,
as important as getting the best quality product on your house is having someone who does it day in, day out. It's a bit of an art form. It's a hand-finished product. We can supply specifications dependent on the background, so you've got the right products, the thickness, the time scales, application instructions, but I'd always recommend having somebody who does it regularly. So we have recommended applicators that we work with. We don't pay them, they don't pay us. There's no transaction there, but they're just people that have been on our training courses, we've seen their work. We know they, if there's an issue, they fix it, they don't run away with your money. So it's just a good relationship with people that we've seen the quality of their work.
That's brilliant. Do you know what? You've been fine. You've been a natural on camera. I'm going to just pan round. You can probably just see we've got some different colours. And I'm going to say to anybody, if you are interested in K-Render, I'm doing a finger, because in the description below will be a link to the K-Render site and a lot more information will be there. We've only had, I'm just looking, get my glasses on. Scott spoke to me for 3.5 minutes, and we've got quite a lot of information out there to you. So thank you very much, Scott.
Thank you.
Just walking around the show, and I've come across Fix a Floor. Now, this is a product that can sort out your tiles in your kitchen, in your bathroom, anywhere, your flooring that's got a problem where it is springing or breaking away. Now, I've had a word with Adrian. He's going to talk to me. He's going to actually explain what Fix the Floor is. So I'm going to swivel the camera around and we'll talk to him in 3, 2, 1.
Hello. So Fix Floor is a product that you can use to repair loose or hollow floor tiles. It'll also work on if you've got squeaky or loose flooring as well. So if you have any laminate floors or wood floors that got a little bit of movement in it, it's quite a flexible product once it's been put down, so it's ideal for those areas. Now with loose tiles, all you need to do is drill 4 holes, 2 to 4 holes in the area around the where you've got the problem. Inject Fix the Floor into one of the holes. It's a free flowing product, so it'll literally flow underneath, pop out of one of the opposing holes. You wipe the area clean, put something heavy over it for 24 hours, and then just once it's set, you re-grout, job done. So it dries with what we call elastomeric properties. Excuse me. It dries what we call elastomeric properties, so it's got a bit of give. On this example here, I've got a tile that's just been set on a bit of hardy backer board, and you'll see that that tile's not moving anywhere, despite there only being a thin amount of Fix the Floor on there, so it's solid. Now, it can be used in all sorts of situations, so all types of substrates, any type of tile. It won't mark your tile, it won't damage your tile. It's a water-based adhesive, so it's not going to expand and lift the tiles either, so it's just going to literally flow underneath and pop out the other end. In the case of if you've got any loose or creaky wood floors, again, it's a case of drilling a small hole in that area, inject Fix the Floor underneath. It'll basically set like that. It dries with what we call elastomeric properties. So when you've got, specifically with wood flooring, you've got the movement during the year. So we get a very hot summer, it's going to contract, and then in the winter it's going to expand as it gets a little bit damper. It's not going to debond from that, so it's going to create a really strong bond. And it's also not going to create any hard spots on your floor, because you want that little bit of flex on your floor. Again, the same with tile flooring as well. We have different methods of applying Fix Floor. So you can apply it via the normal, these are the normal 300ml bottles here. So it comes with a click-on cap there that keeps the adhesive fresh in between uses. So if I pull that off, you can cut the cap there from, if you've got a small grout line, cut the top there. If you've got larger grout lines, there's actually cut marks on the top of the tip there, so you can cut it larger, which is even better and helps with the flow. Very much like silicone, exactly the same. You chop the top of the bottle there. And as I say, anything that's been unused, unlike silicone, you're not going to get any wastage. As long as you put that cap on, it's kept in ambient temperature, it's going to be fine. So you'll be able to use that a year and a half down the road. The other method we do, a little syringe kit. So if you've got a really, really thin grout lines, really tight grout lines, you can put the syringe kit on. So the syringe kit there comes with a 2.5mm drill bit. You can drill your hole, put the cap on the top. It's got a little cap on the top as well if you've got some left in. You want to keep it fresh in between uses. And again, the syringe will get you into really narrow spots. Ideal if you've got areas with laminate floors or wood flooring that you just want to drill a small hole. What I would say on engineered wood, you might want to drill the hole on a knot maybe, because when you put a bit of wood filler in afterwards, you're not going to see it. Yeah, absolutely. And then finally, the last method we have a little squeezy bottle. Now with the squeezy bottle, again, if you've got smaller areas that you want to repair, it's nice and easy. So you unscrew the top there, you snip the top there. Apologies, because that one's accident. Yeah. Snip the top there, you just squeeze it into the area. In between uses, just pop that onto the top, and that can be reused. That saves you using a caulking gun. You just squeeze it in the area, and that's basically Fix the Floor in a nutshell.
And I've tried to do the filming where we've got the screen at the side of you as well, and okay. I think hopefully people can see it. There's no issue using it over floor tiles that have got heated floor electric or water elements to it for heating the floor. I take it so long as you don't drill through and damage anything.
What we advise, if you've got areas with underfloor heating,
we can just see it there, can't we?
Yeah, basically with underfloor heating, you just drill into the depth of the tile. Yeah. So what we say, just mark the drill bit to the depth
Some
of the
tape
tile.
or something like
Yeah,
that.
correct. Bit of tape on it, mark the drill bit.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, generally the underfloor heating is quite a way down underneath,
Yeah.
so you'd have to be drilling pretty deep to
Yeah.
affect that. But the beauty of it with underfloor heating is these are the sort of areas where if you've got a hollow, and it's not necessarily down to poor installation, it can be what we call thermal shock, where over time it's debonded. So you want to repair that. If you're trying to pull the tile up, then you could potentially damage the underfloor heating.
Yeah.
So this could save you thousands of pounds in repairs.
Yeah.
And again, being at the home building show here, we've got a lot of people that are renovating homes, so they don't want the expense of doing the whole floor because they're going to do the house up and they're going to move it on.
Yeah.
So if the floor's fine, they're going to repair the issue. So you just drill the holes, inject it underneath. It doesn't suppress any heat either with the underfloor heating, so it's going to cope with that fluctuation in temperature. You're not going to get any cold spots on the floor, which is perfect.
That's good, because I actually thought I would be raking out the grout and getting a tile grabber to try and wiggle the tile off to get it up. And I thought that's going to damage me underfloor heating
Correct.
cables, and also will I get it down as flat as what the rest of the tiles are? And I think using this method, it's a DIY simple fix.
Absolutely, and we're members of the UK Tile Association, where 2023 we won the Best Innovation Award for Fix the Floor. It's been around a long time, so it's been around 12 years now worldwide. Yeah. So we've been repairing floors all over the world. I've had people here today that have come back to me, bought it 2 years ago and said, thank you, you've saved us a lot of money. And as I say, it's one of those products that people, once they know about it and they've used it, we get them come back time after time. And it's a simple repair job that can literally save you thousands of pounds.
That's brilliant. And just to finish off, what we're looking at a tube, about a tenner.
So
and where do we get it from?
Standard tubes, those standard tubes there retail $12.99. We do one with the syringe kit on. Those are $13.79 and $13.79 as well for the squeezy bottle. But you can actually buy it as well in larger packs. So if you buy it in packs of 2, 3, 4, 6 or 12, the ratio obviously becomes cheaper per tube. Yeah. If you've got a very large area, we do on our website on fixfloor.co.uk, we've got the 5 litre tubs and 3 litre tubs, where again we get some of the contractors they use a syringe kit for that. So basically they'll just fill the syringe and syringe it into the area where they've got larger areas. Another thing that we do get people with, people say they've got the grout line out already, so they've taken the grout out. Again, it's not an issue, so you don't have to grout it, then drill the holes. If the grout line's out, you can put it along the grout line itself, and it will go underneath. If the tile's got a bit of movement on it, if you step on the tile a bit, as you step on the tile, it will almost sort of suck it underneath. So that's another method of doing it.
I think your video there is really explaining everything. I've got problems with my tiles, so I'm glad it's not just me and there is a fix for it. So I'm going to say thank you very much, Adrian. Thanks for talking to me. I'm going to come and see Robin in a little while when I've walked around, and I'm going to get a tube off you. No problem. So thank you very much for that.
It's also available, if you go onto our website as well, there's local stockists. Yeah. So we have a lot of local retailers that are around the country. We like to support local stores as well, local stockists. So you can go onto the website on fixfloor.co.uk where you'll see all the list of local stockists in your area. Failing that, we do a free next day delivery on the website as well.
Thank you very much for
talking
to me.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Right, I'm over with Alan on the Federation of Master Builders. Now, if you're in the building trade, no doubt you've heard of the Federation of Master Builders. I don't know too much about it. I've just been talking to Alan. I go onto the Federation of Master Builders websites to keep an eye on what the actual pay rates are for labourers and skilled and everything in between. So I think it might be best to speak to Alan, and he can actually tell us what the Federation of Master Builders is all about, because I think it's a little bit more than actual what we should be paying staff. So I'm going to swivel round and Alan will tell us a little bit more about it.
Oh, hello.
Over to you, Alan. If you look just there, you're fine. Right. Thank you very much. Or you can look at me because I'm behind you as well.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, so my name's Alan. I work for the Federation of Master Builders, as you can see. We're the largest UK trade association for construction, and basically what we do is to support SME builders of all kinds to sort of grow their business, reach more clients, reach better clients, and sort of improve their business. We've got a load of business support tools like tax advice, legal helplines, free contract templates, and a range of additional sort of things like the Master Builder Awards, which you can see behind me, where we celebrate excellent construction work from the smaller builders all around the UK. We're here today at the HBNR show because we want to connect homeowners with quality builders like our members. If you wanted to join us, then there are some checks you need to pass. Unfortunately, not everyone is up to the grade. We do check your building sites, and we also check your company financials to make sure that you're running a reputable, profitable, and effective business. So if you make the cut, congratulations, you'll be on our website. We'll advertise your services to people in your area, and we'll promote you at shows like this with a view to getting you more clients and getting builders, better builders to work with. We know that there's no licensing for UK construction, unfortunately, so we are pretty much the next best thing if people want to find people that they can trust for the building.
That's brilliant. And you've kept it short and sweet, well under 3 minutes. And I'll thank you very much for that, because nobody likes a waffling video. And that's what I seem to do. So thank you very much, Alan. That's brilliant. Thank you. You're going to wonder where I am. I'm actually over at the Arctic Cabin site, and I'm actually in one of the Arctic cabins now. You've probably seen one of these on my channel before, because I actually have an Arctic cabin at my own house, and I'm going to say it's the best thing we've ever bought. For parties and things like that, you get everybody in here. I'll swivel the camera around, and you see that there's a barbecue in the middle. So if you've got family events, we've got Mother's Day coming up in a couple of weeks, and everybody's coming to us because they'll be in the Hobbit house, bit of music on, get a barbecue going, and we can all sit round the side in comfort. No need to go into your house, no need to tidy up before anybody comes round. You get everybody out in the Hobbit house shed in the garden, and that's what we've got it for. Hockey docky, as Manuel would say. I'm over with Wayne on the Ford stand now. Ford have got the commercial side to their business, as we all know. Transit van is still probably the most popular, outnumbering selling of anybody else's van. And do you know what? We're at the Homebuilding and Renovating Show at the NEC, and do you know what? There's an electric van here. There's an electric transit van, but it's an electric transit van with a difference. And I'm going to swivel the camera around. Wayne's already been pre-warned what I'm wanting to know, and he's going to tell us about this special electric van. And by the end of this 3-minute conversation, you'll probably be wanting to sign up for one. So over to Wayne, and let's see what he's got to tell us about this lovely, if we can do it, tranny van.
Hello there. So we have the all-new, brand-new transit van. This one is a hybrid. So you do have a combination of the two. If you go with the two, most people tend to use it where you do long journeys and then come to a town centre. You've got a 35-mile range. So you can have all electric when you're in there, or you could have the combine of the two, which will give you a high MPG, roughly around 170 MPG. Where it does excel and where Ford have spent most of their time in terms of the interior, where most people now were asking for a cabin where they can actually live in after work as well. So now most people tend to use it even out of work hours. You can spec it with piano blacks. You can have adaptive cruise control. We've got a sports steering wheel as well. So there is a lot more comfort in the sense of it from the old.
I take it, Wayne, you can have the 3 seats across the middle.
Yes.
Is it a full seat, half seat, then a full seat, or is it actual 2 double seats the other side? Because
Yes.
we, as decorators, we've got a mini Transit Connect,
Yeah.
and the problem is we bought it, I'm showing you, we bought it when my lads were quite small,
Yeah.
and they fitted in those little seats fine.
Yeah.
Now they're getting bigger and they're 5'2",
Yeah.
as an 11-year-old, 12-year-old.
Yeah.
That full seat and a half seat is a little bit too small.
It
They're a
is.
bit crushed,
It is.
particularly when you have a gear knob and a gear stick.
Yeah.
Sell it to me that I can go back to Beckwith Decorators and say
100%.
we can have an automatic with no gear stick, and
Yeah.
we've got full seating for the lads now they're getting bigger.
Yeah, me being 6'5", that's where I used to struggle in
Yes.
being in the middle as well. I can comfortably sit in the middle now. You can have it as a 3-row, and it is a full seat. But like you said, without the gearbox being there now, knee won't be touching on anything as well. So can happily sit in the middle there now as well. But more so, where the ride drive is where it sells as well. Back in the day with the Transits, where they used to slightly bounce in the back if you did have a load, now they've got independent suspension on the back, much more control when you've got a load as well. They've slightly lowered the roof just to stay within the 2 meters, but they've also lowered the floor as well, so you are getting a lot more space. You can fit roughly around 3 Euro pallets in there. So definitely a significant.
What I'm looking at, you can't see the concept of size. Is this the short wheelbase?
Yes.
You do a long wheelbase as well?
Yes.
And do you do the high top for people who need
Yes.
the extra height on the roof as well?
Yeah.
Right, it's lovely. Show us in the back.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so like I said, when most people were saying it does feel a little smaller, it's where they've lowered the roof. They've also lowered the floor as well.
Yeah.
So you do get a bit more space in here. You can actually have your charging points in here. So if you wanted to charge your power tools, a little bit of storage on the side there as well. But many specs you can actually have in here as well. In terms of materials, you've got the MDF, plywood, or the almost like a robust, it's like a robust, I want to say plastic, but it's not. But yeah, and eventually it will evolve, and they'll have the through hatch as well, coming through as well, maybe a twin-sided door. We can see it evolving into a lot more as well, eventually.
How much interest have you had at the show, and what's the take-up like for building trade to go electric? Are we still banging the head against a brick wall on it because of the cost and obviously the outlay?
Yeah. Well, it's usually first of all, the response has been really, really good. A lot of people do have old Transits and do want to convert to the new, just afraid a bit of their range, and it is down to lifestyle whether they can do it. We are nearly hitting that 400 mark in terms of miles and range as well. So I think that's, once we get to that stage, there's a lot of people that do thousands and thousands of miles as well. Once we can get to that stage, we can give those guys comfort in purchasing one of these as well. But the response on the interiors and how it drives has been excellent. It has.
And are Ford doing incentives to get people into electric? Are they doing special offers and things like that? I take it now, nobody buys a new car, nobody buys a new van.
Yeah.
You buy them on a lease plan or a PCP, contract hire.
Exactly where it is.
Special.
Yeah. And that's where a lot of people are tending to go. The lease deals are amazing as well. You can go down that route. Even if you don't go down that route, the value for money on the spec that you're actually getting compared to other manufacturers as well, Ford have always been known for quality and value for money as well. So,
and tax offsettable as well if you're in a business.
Yes, yeah.
And if you're VAT registered, there's the VAT incentive as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been coming up asking about that as well. And I suspect loads of people will go through the company.
Yeah, they would do.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Let's go and have a look at the front.
No worries. So you've got the side door. A lot of people asking for the side door on the other side as well. We suspect that'll come eventually as well. More people ask them.
Particularly if you're a delivery driver, you probably want to have access from the roadside as well as the curbside, and not feeling you have to travel all the way around.
It's convenience, it does go convenient. So a lot of cabin. The one other thing as well, a lot of people were asking for is where we used to have the storage boxes in the side door. Now you get a 3-layer system, so you don't have to keep on reaching down at the bottom to grab your stuff. You do have a 3-layer system, which does come in handy for people as well.
And the big thing I'm going to ask about, because being in the building trade, what security have Ford put into these vans to stop people can opening them and stealing all the...
That is a great suggestion. So one of them is...
What's your anti-theft system?
It's being twin locked now as well. So you have one at the top and one at the bottom as well. Where it used to just be one, a lot of people, it was easy for people to be able to maintain.
Literally, it was peeling a can open.
Literally, immobilized system's been improved as well. So security around the car in terms of the camera systems and things like that. It's all been upgraded, but this has been the major improvement.
And on the side door as well, is this sort of extra locking system as well?
Yeah, you do get a double pin as well. So a lot of people have been looking at that as well. It makes sense because you've got expensive stuff in the back.
I think we're both going to say if somebody wants to get into your vehicle, they will get into your vehicle. But if you can slow them down,
100%.
and I take it there's an alarm on it as well, that the alarm would go off. That is less likely that somebody's going to attempt to go for these newer
100%.
vans over the older ones.
100%. It's definitely a deterrent. They know about the 2-pin system. Much more difficult to actually get into.
Go around the front. And the sexy one, the MRS, RST, whatever it is, will that be coming out at some stage in an electric version?
Yeah, we suspect that will be coming out in the electric version. Really quick car in petrol version.
Yeah.
In electric, it's going to be mine.
Clearly not for a decorator because we're only on £120 a day, but electricians and valeters, they all have those vehicles, don't they?
100%.
You're not probably going to have one with a builder. Well, I'd say they do have builders, but...
Yeah.
And they'll do a double cab version as well, will they, for a crew cab?
Yes, we suspect that to come out as well. Here's where the design really takes shape. And a lot of people have saying they love the front end of this car. The matrix headlights as well. But just the design of the front as well. It's evolved really nice.
And colour range, can you get it in white?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the typical white van.
White van man.
Yeah.
You knew where I was coming from. I didn't want to say white van man because it sounds wrong.
I suspect a lot of people will tend to go for that, but we do have a lot of range of colours. This one is a really nice colour as well. Yeah, it works well with the lights. We'll have an array of colours as well, so it won't just be the standard ones.
Yeah.
You can kind of customise it to what you wish.
And if you have to ask, you can't afford, what do these start at?
So this one's around the 40 mark, depending on what you go for. Spec-wise, you can add a load of things on it as well. But when you compare it to competition and things like that, for what you're getting, it really is good value for money. It really is.
So we're looking at 40 grand plus VAT for the entry level.
Yep.
The more you want to put on it, the more you're going to be spending.
Yep.
And as a firm that's got Vauxhall van and we've got a moderner, newer Connect, I can say that there's a big difference between what the Ford brand is when it comes to vans compared to some of the other.
100%.
Again, you get what you pay for.
Yeah,
you get
and
what
that's
you pay
why
for.
they've been leaders for many years. They've been the best-selling van 2021, 2022 as well. So, yeah, we suspect that Transit will go on to be one of their best sellers as well.
That's lovely.
Definitely.
Good. Thank you very much, Wayne. That's a pleasure to talk to you and understand it. And I'm just going to swivel around this way and go. If you know what that car is there, comments below. No, it's not the new Skoda. It's a new Ford. So comments below if you know what that car is there. I've just come across Ben, and he's on the Trendi Switch stand. Now, what drew my eye to this is the colours and the bright colours that he's got on his display stand. Now, we're going to be talking about light switches. And I know plenty of painters and decorators either tape up a light switch or they're cutting in and painting that little bit of an edge in when they're just a basic plastic one that they've got from the local hardware store. But if you want to go to the next level of painting and decorating and you've got a decent electrician that can help you out on this, I think we could be swapping light switches. Do you know what? You know where I'm coming from? So I'm going to go with the camera over to Ben. He's going to tell us what his product is, and let's see if we can change the world bit by bit with swapping light switches over from plastic ones to nice colourful ones. Over to you, Ben. Nice to meet you.
Hi, so the Trendi mechanism comes off like this, and these plates are interchangeable. So if you had a pink switch and then changed your mind, you can take the plate off and buy these separately. And then if you wanted to, say, go for a charcoal switch, put it over it, but it also helps save the decoration error. So you get all the mess around the switch, you can leave that, and when you put the plate on, you would get a nice clean finish.
Simple as that.
Very simple, yeah.
What depth are the backs? Are they just a standard depth for an electrician to be swapping into a metal box on the back?
Completely universal, yes, and completely standard. The light switch actually really good, actually goes into a 16mm back box.
Yeah.
So that's where it would sit on the wall. Really, really shallow, really simple.
Yeah. And what's that? Is that just a different version of doing a switch?
Yeah, so these are also interchangeable as well. So if you did want to colour match these, we can colour match these for bespoke colours. Put that in there.
That's really good. Do you do, I'm going to ask you and I can see it there. You've got them for USBs, USB-Cs.
So this is an A+A.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted to go here, you've got A and C on the same plate.
Do you know what? Such a simple idea and brilliant. Whereabouts do we get these from? How much are they?
We're based in Sussex, so the switches start from £6.95, sockets £11.95, USB from £19.95. There's a where to buy page, and all these resellers are on the website.
That's excellent. I think I've got Amazon Associates, so if anybody wants to buy through my Amazon Associates page and shop, I'm going to put some in there if anybody's interested in and help me get to that Porsche a little bit quicker. I mean, support the YouTube channel. But do you know what? I'm quite impressed with that because people are always saying about the light switches. I'm going to swivel the camera around. Light switches and sockets are always the thing that stick out when you've done decorating in a room. And if you can change that light switch or socket to something that complements actually the paintwork and the decoration that you've had done, for 6, 7, 8 quid, £20, it's a drop in the ocean to actually what you're spending out on your soft furnishings and actually your decorating costs. So I'm going to say thank you very much, Ben. Thanks for talking to me.
Pleasure.
It's been a bit of an eye-opener. Thank you. Right, let's start again because my mic, I'd accidentally turned it off. I'm over on this spray cork stand, and what I've just been saying is any stand that's got the word spray on it, I'm interested in. Being a painter and decorator that does a bit of spraying, does a bit of this, does a bit of that, a bit of an all-rounder. I keep saying Advanced Craft City and Guilds, you know where I'm coming from. But I'm over with Lee on the spray cork stand. He's got some products that might be of interest to you if you're doing your home building renovation. And actually, if you're a plasterer stroke painter and decorator that wants to, well, shall we say, upscale their business into something else. Oh, do you know what? 1, 2, 3, we're spinning round. Lee is going to tell us all about it.
Hey, how are we doing? So we've got thin coat insulation. So it's made from cork as a natural product. So it's eco-friendly, but we can spray apply this. So in 4mm, we can reduce heat loss by up to 30% in traditional built properties solid wall. So this is a medium texture, so it's a little bit rough. We have a fine texture that goes a bit smoother on the back. So we can cross over from airless spraying to a hopper spraying. We can use this as an external finish or an internal finish. So if you put this internally on a wall, maybe it's got a bit of condensation, a bit of damp, you can plaster over the top of it and lose just 8mm. Instead of hacking the wall off and creating a big issue and having to replace the skirting boards, we're losing 8mm and leaving a decoratable standard. Or if you've got a rendered finish on the outside and it's flaking paint, so on and so forth, we can clean the paint off. We can repair the render for what it is, airless it and keep it smooth, or give it a bit of texture on top of it. And we've got a 15-year warranty on this. It's an acrylic, fully moisture passive resin base. We have all the test and data sheets. If you want to know more, get in touch with Phil or give us a shout yourselves.
That's brilliant. Let's just go back to basics. What is it? And when you say spraying, I mean, I'll get people contacting me saying, I bought a sprayer from Screwfix because they've seen me demoing a cheap sprayer. We are talking professional grade sprayers, even more so than what I've got, because we don't do spray plaster. You're using the stuff that can take thicker material.
Yeah, so we use so for the granulated stuff, we use a hopper fed that's run off of a compressor. So a £400 compressor running 14 CFL from Machine Mart with a hopper fed gun. So we put it in the top, 5mm nozzle, and we spray applying it. Down to the airless stuff, we're using a Graco Mark 5, so it can pass bigger material, airless plasters, a smoother material. It's like a 349 tip that we're using, so it's quite large, but it's fast. You know, we offer, like Phil says, we offer training courses as well. So we're based borderline North Lincolnshire, South Yorkshire. We've got training courses from 350 quid to teach you how to get into this. Full product support, continuous. I'm a tradesman myself. I'm a tradesman for tradesmen. I'm not corporate. I'm here to help everybody and help improve and upskill everybody. The way life's moving forward and trades are moving forward, we need to be thinking forward and moving forward. And
I'll put a link in the description. My finger's there. Link in the description to your website, and obviously contact details are through there. But you do starting training courses that you just said you're starting up for people. What is the idea of this then? Is this a finished product, or is it a preparatory product prior to actually finishing with it? I'm looking down here. The reason I'm bringing that up is I'm seeing different colours. Now, is this a cork-based product?
So it's granulated cork dust.
Yeah.
Mixed with an acrylic resin.
Yeah.
And then we mix it with colour dye. So if you're going to have it as a rendered finish, we have all these different colours for a rendered finish. Internally, we just use it as a brown base, as cork is. Because you're going to plaster over the top of it. So externally, it is a finish. Internally, it's not the finish. It's a mid layer.
Yeah.
But it's a thin coat insulator. Rather than using a 50mm insulator board, we can use 4mm.
And the cork being a natural insulator, naturally, and I'm looking down there, you've got a piece of cork down there. It's breathable.
In a cubic inch of cork, there's 40 million cells. There's no man-made product in this world that's got 40 million cells in a cubic inch.
Right.
It's 90% air. Air being the best insulator, so it's got little tiny air pockets, lime suberin, which is a wax coating that holds the air in so that the air gets warm, keeps warm forever.
So it insulates. Yeah. People would notice saving on the heating bills, hopefully.
Up to 30% reduction in heat loss. Averages between 12 and 15% on utility costs.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. I'm going to scan down here because if anything that we've not covered, you will probably see it just mentioned on here. And as I've just said, if you look on the website that Lee's got, which is, well, I'm coming down to that, spraycorkuk.co.uk, you will be able to get a little bit more information as well. I'm hoping you'll be able to read this. If not, just freeze and pause the video and you get the idea. We'll finish on the screenshot there. Okie dokie, we're still at the NEC and I've come across a stand that's got liquid paint remover. We're over on the stand that's DIYDoctor Limited, and I've got Charles with me. He's going to tell us about the product. I get asked a number of times about paint strippers, liquid paint removers, using a blow lamp, using a blow torch. What's the best way to get rid of paint and varnish off a surface? Well, we've got a product here. Let Charles tell us all about it. We'll do the 1, 2, 3 and we swivel round. Over to you, Charles. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Tell us all what you've got.
So we're here at the NEC promoting a fantastic company that produces water-based paint and varnish removers and texture coating removers. So the company is based in Cheddar in Somerset, a nice British family-owned business, and they develop these products and they're just as effective as the old-fashioned nitromors without all the downsides of the volatile organic chemicals shingles, and all those issues. So really effective, doesn't damage the substrate underneath, can use it on any sort of brick, on wood, on metal, it works absolutely fine. And it's just a cracking product all round.
And we said earlier, it's water-based. You don't need to neutralise it with anything to actually get any of the toxic stuff away. You can just wash down the surface with water, let it dry, and then we can get it painted or whatever we're needing to do to seal that surface.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's good. I spoke to your young assistant there. We've got a demo just here where Artex has been removed.
Yeah.
And I mentioned about Artex having a bit of asbestos, some of it.
Yeah, so
Artex having asbestos from the 50s, 60s, 70s, early 80s, and even some into the 90s might have Artex in it. So how do we get around that, stripping it off?
Yeah, so this is the stuff, I mean, anyone who knows anything about asbestos, you can, non-licensed people can remove small amounts of asbestos. You can remove it very easily with this stuff. It's called X-Tex. It's designed so that it comes off in a paste, and so there's no dust, and so you can do it without any danger. Obviously, there are strict guidelines on the HSE website, which has a really good methodology on how to do it. So you've got everything there for you to follow.
Yeah, it's in effect capsulating it to keep it as a solid as you're removing it. Then. Yeah,
exactly. You see, it comes off very easily. Just there's no dust. It's absolutely any fibres will be incorporated in that gel. I'm just going to keep it wet. It takes about 40 minutes or so to work, and then you elite through the paint or anything that's painted over the top. And it just works really well.
And anything that's too tough to get off, a couple of coatings.
Yeah, generally what I would do is just put it on and put more of it on and leave it for longer. The longer you leave it, it'll come off. I mean, I use it professionally quite regularly, and generally, it will work after about half an hour, but I would often leave it. The longer you leave it, the
longer you leave it, is the better. And as we were saying earlier about your paint strippers, paint removers for varnish, if we put polythene sheeting over it, it's a cling film. That helps keep it moist and not dry out, leaving it to obviously soak in better.
I think it's a very effective product without having to do that.
Yeah.
You just need to keep it wet. So if it's like a lead-based paint, which is always a real pig to remove, it's an idea to cover it. Spindles and things like that, which are really tricky to strip. The longer you leave the stuff on, the easier it will be. So you just need to keep it wet. So by covering it, like the old peel away, you just basically cover it, and it works really, really well.
Keep it moist. Yeah. That's good. No, thank you very much for that. Pleasure. Charles, very interesting. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Just walking around the show, and I've come up against the stand that caught my eye because there's lots of colour and vividness to it. Now I'm going to have a word with Mark. He's going to sell his product to me. Do you know what? It's really nice stuff. So we'll do the 1, 2, 3, and away Mark goes. look at the camera, Mark, and away you go for selling your product that looks really nice, and it's a very nice, pretty stand.
Hi, I'm Mark, and this is our business, Made Space Furniture. Our thing, really, we've just gone down the path of making some really different, unusual, patterned, quality made items, really. So everything is bespoke, everything is customizable in height and width. You've got massive choice of laminates, massive choice of patterns to go with it. Everything is multi-layer ply, so it's really high end. All the details are ash, solid ash trims. We use a Rubio oil, which are these kind of colours. There's hundreds and hundreds of choices, but we've narrowed it down to this, the 9 at the moment. Everything is customizable, like I say, so you can have any interior layout, drawers, and we've just gone down the route of really high quality fittings, really high quality manufacture, high end materials. We do angles, any shape, any size, any angle.
I take it you don't just do freestanding furniture, you can do fitted if somebody wanted it fitted on this style?
The other side of the business is fitted, but this really is generally a made-to-measure freestanding. So like I say, we can just make it to the millimetre. All we need are your sizes, basically. This is a little children's range, which is a little bit smaller. We've just scaled everything down. We've just done just little quirky things like this. So we just got a little diamond feature. Again, we just use really high quality components. We've got a little adjustable desk. So this is on, these are on torque hinges, so it doesn't slam. So this will pull out and go to different heights as the kids grow. So that's that. We just made it just so it's a functional little thing, really, with a bit of style. USB ports are built into it. Got switchable lighting. Again, everything solid ash with the multi-layer ply. This is a little space-saving desk. So the idea is that just folds flat and then just folds away. So it doesn't really take up any more space than a sideboard. Again, we've just gone for a bit of an eclectic pattern of the laminate, just to make things a little bit different. And then this is a multi-angle, so this will come up to a different angle. And you can just set it, so we can use it as a writing desk. This will actually go all the way around as well, in another option.
It's really nice stuff, all put together.
So yeah,
is it your design that to go funky like this?
Yeah, we're
doing something a bit different.
Design, all the manufacture. Yeah, everything's made in our Derbyshire workshop.
Oh, you're not far from us then, in Nottingham.
No. So yeah, it's all like I say, the choices are just endless. So we've just kind of selected these as a bit of an option, but there's colour variations in every one of these.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much endless.
That's lovely. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Anybody who wants to know any more information about this, please look at the description below. This is time-stamped, so you can actually jump to it if you require. But there will be a link for the website, and if anybody wants to contact Mark, they can do. Okie dokie, I'm over here with Julio on the Valpaint stand now. I'm going to apologise now because Valpaint have been at the Painting and Decorating Show in Coventry for the last number of years. I've never been able to actually get over onto that stand. And if you want to know about the Painting and Decorating Show, if you look in the top corner just there where I'm pointing, there will be a link to the Painting and Decorating Show in Coventry. So if you want to know a bit more about that, please watch that video there. But we're here at the NEC and Valpaint are here. It's gone a quiet, I'll say a quieter stand. I've been here since 10 o'clock this morning. We're now at 4 o'clock. The show closes in an hour. And you know what? This is the first time I've actually been able to get on the stand where it's been a lot quieter. So I'm going to swivel the camera around. Julio's going to be telling us what he's got on the stand, what the products are. And I think you'll get the idea of why I've actually stopped at this stand to actually have a look at it. So over to the capable hands of Julio and away we go.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Julio.
And welcome to the stand of Valpaint. So we are here in the fair to show mostly some product for interior. We do have also product for exterior. However, here we have vibrant colors in different types of products for mainly walls. So we have sanded with dual reflection coating applied by our technician in your wall. It could be for bedroom, it could be for living room. Then we have some synthetic plaster waterproof that is very good here to decorate bathroom and both bathroom walls and shower interiors with the different finishes is also very good for kitchen splatter because it's very washable and water resistant. So particularly developed for environment with the presence of water. And then on that side we have a lime plaster with some vintage stances 3D decoration, and it can be a modern or a classical type of pattern, and is suitable so for any kind of type of premises, both like commercial or private. On the other panels, the white colors, we have another sanded with the luminous reflections that is also good as an additional point of light to the room, so it will enrich the environment. And as you can see, this version is a glitter with silver background. And the texture has a very high tactile effect because you can appreciate the product with your hands. Here we have another product that is good for interior like living rooms, aisles, and it's very and highly customizable because it has a golden base, but it could be silver, it could be made waterproof, and it could even goes on floors. And we have so many shades that you just need to visit our showroom to understand the potential of the product. Another metallic product, and this one is really special. It's a real liquid metal. So it's not a paint, it's not a coating, it's real metal. And when you touch it, it's cold to the touch. So it's a very important product because,
wow,
yes, we have so many finishes from gold to brass in this case, but even platinum or silver. And we can do any shapes, even company logo or any shapes you like. Last but not the least is our rusted products that is a real rust and copper oxidized. So this is not a paint. This is a metallic fragment in a liquid solution that has been oxidized, and every time is different because it's real. It's not a fake or a paint or a reproduction. So it looks so natural because it is natural.
What thickness are these finishes that you're applying? I mean, as I'm panning around now, we're probably seeing a good 2.5 inch thickness. It's not that. We are looking at something that's a few millimeters.
You're very right, because this when you look at the coating like this, it's very thin. It's like almost like a paint, and just a little bit thicker.
A very fine veneer, like a veneer.
A millimeter. But this one with the plaster is going to be like 4 to 5 millimeters. So the thickness is completely different because we can add a little bit of texture and you can feel it to the touch. So yeah, it depends from the product, and we can even control because the applicator will be able to work the material according to the final customer request.
And I'm going to say it now, this isn't for the DIYer. This isn't for somebody who thinks I'm going to buy a tin of it or a pot of it and go and do it myself. You need to have a bit of training for this to understand what the product is, how the product reacts, and what we were saying earlier, what the substrates are that you were going over. What's the process for you getting involved with doing a training course with yourselves for this sort of product?
Yes, we train professional applicators or enthusiasts, and we have an academy where we can do courses divided into different levels. So they're very practical because the goal is to let the people learn how to apply the material. We have a couple of DIY products that are very simple and easy to use, but most of these products are for professionals who received a very specific training in our academy.
Whereabouts are your academies? Is it something I could come to in Italy and put my tax expenses through it?
Sometimes we do that.
Or is this somewhere in the UK?
In order to start, we keep it easy for our customers. So we have 2 training centers, one in London and one in Bristol.
Right.
And they cover very well the south of UK. So There you can find our distributor who have received a very specific training directly from the headquarters in Italy, and they can give you all the information, and also the courses is very well developed to let you understand how to apply the product, but then it's very important the follow-up. So after the courses, the showroom will give you a lot of tips and tricks, and will also follow up your testing project, so you will be able to give their opinion on what you did.
Brilliant. I think we've covered everything. And what have we been? Under 10 minutes, and that's what we like. So I'll just scan around on the panels that we've not had a chance to look at. Very tactile. We like the marbly grained effect. And when we say these can be used in bathrooms,
correct,
there's no issue with steam or water splashing, and it doesn't mark. And if we can use it in a bathroom, these would be good in swimming pool environments.
Well, obviously not inside the pool, but in the wall surrounding the pool.
Yeah,
definitely yes.
Yeah.
We did some project actually already, obviously.
And do you need to put any sealers over them once they're on, or is that?
Of course. This product is very beautiful because it's natural products, and then we seal the top and the bottom to prevent any infiltration of moisture or water. So obviously it has 2 or 3 layers of sealants, and then on top of the application.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's lovely stuff. It's lovely stuff. Thank you very much for that, and thanks for explaining it. And what I will say is the other guys are here as well. When we're at Coventry next, well, this year, I will come and see you again, and we'll touch base and we'll go, we know each other. We're like bosom buddies.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Coming to the end of the day now, we're at the Barhan & Sons wood flooring stand. Now, I've walked around here numerous times today. It's been really busy. I'm over with Warren. It's got a bit quieter, so he can give me 5-10 minutes of his time, and he's going to tell me about the products that they've got. Now, I've spotted some of the, I'll call it the acoustic boarding, the wood strips that you put on the wall. Now, you've probably seen me on videos before where I've actually done wood strips, individual MDF, and painted it and stuck it to walls for a customer. And I know you can get it in sheeting, but the customer didn't want it like that. But Warren's going to explain what he's actually got. He's telling me that this wood stripping is being pushed to the side for a new product that's coming. So we're going to swivel around. Warren's going to tell us all about what he's got and what I should be looking at. So Warren, it's over to you. I was looking at this stripping and you go, that's so 2024. We've got other stuff, but do you want to just touch base with us on this? Because it is still fashionable.
Yeah, exactly that. So as you know, this is big in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
The wood ones, the wood veneer on the acoustic felt. We do these. We do ones on the wood where you can do them with gold metallic paints. We also do them, which makes us a little bit different from the rest, is we specialise in wood flooring. But what we offer is a wood floor which can match with a panel. So if you buy a wood floor and you want it to go up to a chimney breast or something like that, which a colour match, we can do that. We offer them in 2 sizes, 2.4 and 3 metre height, and then the standard width of 600. As everyone knows. What is a little bit interesting, what nobody does in the UK at the moment, is this. Now, this is real stone. We press it onto the MDF slats, and then we put the backing of the acoustic felt on the back as well. Now, we offer natural colours and we offer metallic colours. This is all produced in the UK. We do the slats, and then we do the panel boards. So the panel boards, we can do in 3 sizes. We can do them 300, 600 and 1200. Standard height again is 2.4 metres high, which is a ceiling height covering. They come in bronze, silver. You can mix and match solid panels to the acoustic slat panels. We can offer 3 different types. Again, there's a lot of variations in this. We offer the stone alone, which is here, which I can show you. So going back, so we do 3 different effects really. We sell the stone on its own. Standard size sheet for the stone is a 1220 by 2440. We also cut them down to 300 and 600. So this is the stone on its own. As you can see, it's only 2 to 3 mil thick. We do 3 natural colours, and again we can add the metallic coating on top to give it the effect of the bronze, the copper, the moon look.
When you say stone, we are talking about proper stone.
Real natural stone.
Right.
So it's a real natural stone, and it's on a fiberglass backing.
Right, that's giving it the flexibility then.
That gives it the flexibility.
Yeah.
So if you're going around a curved wall, it works. Obviously, top to bottom, it works as well. So we press it onto the hydro board as well, and we also add it's hard to see here, but we also add the acoustic backing, the same as the felt backing for the panels. So that makes it an acoustic back.
Yeah.
And obviously we offer, I think the combination of colours is probably around about 20 different colours on 4 different natural effect stones.
I like this.
Yeah. We call that natural stone, so it's like an earth look. That's probably as natural as it gets.
It's lovely, that is.
Lightweight.
And you've got a little bit of shimmer in it.
Yeah, you get that fleck of the
fleck.
stone on it.
Yeah, good word, fleck. A little bit of shimmer on that.
But yeah, we're one of the only companies in the UK doing this product at the moment.
Lovely.
Pressing it onto the boards.
Yeah.
Which is good. But as you know, we specialise in wood flooring.
So you've got the wood flooring if anybody wants to go for
we do the
traditional stuff.
Yeah, we do the wood flooring. We're based in Newmarket. We make everything from scratch.
No. And you do, is it solid or is it composite or do you do a mix of both?
Actually all three. Most of what we do is engineered.
Yeah.
We do solid as well, and we do some composites. Some composites which are really interesting are these. So these are fully waterproof boards. The underlay is built in, click system.
Right.
Also, same concept, just made from a fibre resin compound, fully waterproof, click system. Now, the benefit over this to this, my opinion, is the length and the width. So this is more realistic than wood flooring. They're all 1.9 metres long. You know, standard laminate is 1.2 metres.
Yeah.
And laminate's rubbish because it's made of an MDF.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it is.
And I take it, because this is the 100% waterproof, if your kids do spill something on it,
it's not a problem.
Whereas your wooden stuff or your cheap MDF,
your cheap laminates coming out of
just suddenly pop, don't they?
Yeah, your cheap laminates coming out of, home base and places like that. I can say that now because they've gone out of business.
Right.
They're not waterproof at all.
No.
You know, even put them into a rental property would be no good whatsoever.
No. It's good. We'll just scan around over here. And we're covering everything. I'm going to say, Warren, who says is not a natural on camera, I think...
It's the first time I've ever done this.
I think we'll probably see him on telly because he's come across quite natural. He could be the next Craig Phillips. Who knows? Big brother, eat your heart out.
Possibly.
Thank you very much, Warren.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Phil.
Cheers. Right, I've saw. I've not been to see anybody who's doing heat source ground heat pumps or anything like that, but I have spoke to a few stands that are a little bit painting and decorating related, and probably some stands that you actually feel like you'd be interested in seeing if you came to a show like this. I'm going to say to you, all those that are liking and subscribing to the channel, thank you very much. Those that are actually giving me super thanks and supporting me that way and buying me a coffee, fantastic. It's much appreciated. It all helps to actually build the channel and help the YouTube channel move forward. So I'll see you in the next one. Please watch the videos at the end, and over and out.